Hello and welcome to Chandoo.org. This is another advanced pivot tables tip video. This video is continuation of part 5 where we looked at 2 tables, 1 pivot, and now we're going to look at 2 files, 1 pivot. So let's say you want to make a pivot report from some data, but this data happens to be spread across multiple files. A classic example is going back to our call center information here. We were creating some counts of calls and purchase amount by representative or by customer gender. But all these calls happened in 2019. What if your colleague or boss comes up to you and then says, hey, guess what? We do have 2018 data as well, but it happens to be in a separate file. So they show you that 2018 data. This is the file that we are using, 2019 data, but there is a historical data set maintained in 2018 data. Let's take a quick look at this data first before we go and link it up. So 2018 data is just the call data. It doesn't have any information about customer or reps because that hasn't changed. So that data is already there in 2019 file. This is only with regards to the number of calls that came in 2018. So how do you make a pivot that combines the data from this file and that file into one view? This is where we can use the powerful feature of Excel called get and transform data. This is also known as Power Query. So what we will do is we will first set up a query that takes both sets of data and then gives us the output. To do that, what I will do is I will open a new file basically, and in this file we will make our pivot reports, but we will close the 2019 file as well. That way we will start from a blank canvas. So we will go to data and then get data. We will get the data from the workbook first. One is a workbook, the other is a comma separated file, just to make our life a little interesting, I guess. I think this is where it is. So this is 2019 data. I will import this, and when you do this, you will if this is the first time you're using Power Query, then you might be a little confused as to what all this is. Now I don't want to turn this video into an introduction to Power Query kind of a video. That is a separate video. It is already there. So I'll kind of quickly zip through the choices here. So we do need all these 3 tables, but the navigator will also show us that there are some spreadsheets that you can bring over. We don't need to bring the spreadsheets. We shall bring only the tables. And we do need all the 3, so we'll select the multiple items and then we'll click on these 3. So you could see that this is call data, that is customer data, and that is representative data. In the navigator screen, you are making essentially choices for what you want to bring over whenever you connect to an Excel file. And we will not click on load, we will instead click on transform, because this is only part of the data. The calls data is only for 2019. It needs to be mixed with 2018 data before we can load it into Excel. So I'll click on transform data. This will open up Power Query editor screen where I can preview all the 3 tables. So all the 3 tables are listed on the left hand side as calls, customers, and representatives. Now if this is the first time you're ever seeing the screen, it might look a bit confusing, but it's not really scary. If you're doing this sideways while watching the video, I highly encourage you to pause at this point so that you can go ahead and practice, spend some time having a play in this particular Power Query editor. Essentially what this place does is it will give you a platform to edit your data and make amendments to it. It could be deleting a column or filtering something or adding a column or changing the nature of data, etc, etc. So for example, let's say you want to remove every call, any call that has only 0 as purchase amount. You can just click and filter that away by unticking 0. That would add an extra filtering on top. Okay, so that's how Power Query works. There are so many things that you could do. You can change the nature of data from transform. You can add columns. You can also do some other cosmetic things and bits and bobs here. Right, so those are three things. Now let's go ahead and bring the other data set here as well. We can close this and go to Excel. Unfortunately, you cannot minimize Power Query window. Think of this as something that kind of obstructs what is happening in Excel. You must finish your job here before you can go back to Excel. So if you close this, then you will have to go and click in Excel and then click on the get and transform data, get the data from CSV. Fortunately, once you are here, you can also right click and make a new connection. So new query file CSV, because the 2018 data comes from a text or CSV file, and then we will import that. This will come through. It will show you a preview of the data asking, is this what you want? Yes, that's what I need. It will come here as 2018 data. Now we have 2018 data and 2019 data as calls, and they both share the same type of column names: customer ID, duration, purchase amount, representative, date of call. Customer ID, duration, purchase amount, representative, date of call. This is important. The column names must match. You might be thinking, oh, what if the column names don't match? It's very simple, because within Power Query, you can rename any column you want. So you can just double click and type a new name for the column before you do the next step. So make sure that they both have same number of columns and the column names match. At this point, you can select one of the tables. So I'll select calls, and then I'll say from home, somewhere here in the combine area, you will see append queries. So this is the operation that we need. We need to append the calls. That means 2018 calls should go and sit at the end of 2019. So that both tables are stitched together to form one full picture of truth. So we'll click on append queries, and it will give you a choice, like, do you want to append two tables or multiple tables? Now if you have let's say 10 years worth of data each spread into one file, so have hence 10 files, then you want to use that option. But this is what is enough. So we will take already it's assumed that whatever you're mixing goes into calls, so calls will be there. So you just need to take 2018 data and append it at the end. So the append operation has happened, and now we have both 2018 and 19 data in one place. Power Query normally just shows a preview of first 1000 rows or something like that. So you can't really see all the thousands of calls that we have there, but they're still there. Okay. So at this point we have 4 tables, and we can load all of this into Excel for analysis. But keep in mind that while we do have 4 tables here, for the purpose of analysis, we only need 3 of them: calls, customers, and representatives. The 2018 data is not really needed in the pivot table section of the analysis. Also, we don't need any of these tables to be visible in Excel. We just want to use them for analysis. So this is where the kind of loading that you do will need to change. So normally, instead of just clicking on close and load, you want to just click on close and load to and customize the way this would be done. So when we do this, we will simply just check on only create connection, and we won't even add this data to the data model. For now, we will do it like this. This will apply the same behavior for all the 4 tables, and Excel will simply make 4 connections. None of this data is loaded anywhere, not even on the screen, not onto the data model. At this point, we'll right click on calls, click on load to, and then add that data to the data model. Okay. We will do the same for customers, and finally representatives. So now what has happened is Excel has loaded these 3 tables alone into the data model. That one was left as a connection, and it would just be there when you refresh. It will bring and it will merge everything to get combined calls. All good. So now we could go and establish the relationships. Click on data, that relationship icon, and do the same thing as we did in the previous video, which is connect call customer ID to customers customer, and another relationship which would be calls representative to reps rep column. Now that the data model is complete, we can go and insert a pivot table. This will use the data model and it will create a pivot table canvas for us. It will show that these tables are coming in through a connection and they're part of data model. So they're nowhere to be seen, but they're still having the data. And I can just use, for example, by age, how many calls are coming through. So this is how we have customers from 18 to 64 years old, and that's how much, how many calls they have made. You can also see the purchase amounts by age and look at all of this. So this is how you can take data from multiple files, 2 files into one pivot. The key things to remember are it doesn't really have to be files. You can actually bring data from 2 database tables. So you could get some data from SAP, some data from a CRM system, and combine that to make one pivot table. It doesn't really have to be append either. It can be that you bring calls from one place and then representatives from one place and customers data from another place and merge them in the data model to make final pivot tables that you want. So I hope you found this advanced pivot tables technique very useful. Give it a try and remember to download sample files from the description of this video and give it a go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again in another video. Bye bye.